Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Avexia webinar series. Our topic for today is NeuroBreathwork, the missing link to longevity, leadership, and legacy. Today, we have the distinct pleasure of being joined by an exciting guest, Dr. Christine Manukyan, who will be our presenter for this webinar. After 2 decades in healthcare, she took a bold leap of faith from clinical pharmacist to the vitality doctor, a visionary redefining what it means to heal, lead, and live with purpose. She is the founder and CEO of STORRIE Institute, the world's first executive education and holistic vitality certification program, blending science and spirituality to elevate the future of healthcare and leadership. A 6X international #1 best-selling author, host of the globally ranked Holistic Vitality podcast, and featured expert in Forbes, Yahoo, ABC, and CBS, she's one of today's most influential voices in longevity, leadership, and legacy. Her work is transforming how entrepreneurs, executives, and practitioners achieve success, proving that vitality, not hustle, is the ultimate edge. Without further delay, I will now turn the webinar over to Dr. Manukyan.
Welcome. I'm so excited you are here today. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Dr. Christine Manukyan, and let's get started. What if I told you that the most high impact leaders don't push harder, they regulate deeper? I know for some of you, this is such a aligned vision, but I know there are some of you who are listening to this call and you're like thinking, well, you know what? That may not be true all the time. And you're both right. It all depends, but it also all depends of who we are and how we show up in life and how we are making decisions in our life. So today's presentation will be slightly different from other presentations you have attended, part of this Avexia workshops. And again, today we are going to talk about how can we use our nervous system, our breath work to really create a new way of living, which will shape your health, which is longevity, right? We will also help you to gain that clarity as a leader. How do you show up in life? And also, if you're a business owner like myself, how do you create that lasting legacy? And again, this is a workshop that you get to experience. So stay till the end because I have some incredible experience. You'll get to experience NeuroBreathwork. This is a breathwork meditation. All the beautiful things are coming together as the missing link between science and spirituality. And again, we don't need to chase after more strategy and strategy and strategy. We need to focus on our own state, our own well-being. And again, today's workshop, you're going to get the tools, you're going to have the experience, and you will walk away knowing exactly what you need to apply in your own life to heal yourself, to really elevate your own well-being. And also for some of you, bring this work to your clients or to your companies. And if some of you who have large teams, bring it to your team. Again, you're going to have the tools that you need to shape the best version of yourself and your legacy. And this is nothing new. I know many of you can relate. I know I definitely did. Again, there's an epidemic that's going around, and most of us, again, are working out and burnt out. Doesn't matter what level or what type of burnout we're experiencing, but again, 76% of clinicians are reporting burn. And this is just those who are reporting. I'm pretty sure the numbers are a lot higher. And again, we are making our lives so much more miserable because we're not taking the time to heal ourselves, to heal our emotions, to heal our nervous system, which is what making us sick. Again, chronic stress drives inflammation in our body. This is the one that's creating the brain fog, the fatigue. And when your body is stuck in survival, you are not healing. You are actually blocking that part of your body that's going to be creating this beautiful life. And that part of your brain is shut down. And believe it or not, when your mindset is the one that's, many people think, oh, it's your mindset that's keeping you in the burnout state. No, it's not. It's your nervous system. So again, I'm going to give you a different perspective. And I know some of you love this type of work, but for some of you, this may seem a little bit too woo-woo, and that's okay. I'm not here to convince one is better than the other, but I'm here to give you choices and opportunities to experience life in a different lens. And this regulated nervous system, again, prioritizes safety over success. Our brain is here to keep us alive. Our brain is here constantly scanning around us any threats, anything that's going to impact our lives. And when we live in shutdown, when we live in this survival mode, we are shutting down all the frontal cortex, which is, again, to create the love and abundance, creativity, and safety in our lives. And again, when we're in this survival mode, in this dysregulated nervous system mode, our stress hormones are going to silence, again, the clarity and compassion, right? We need that, especially if you're making decisions as a business owner, which is probably one thing that you do all the time. You need clarity, you need compassion, you need this energy to create the best decisions for your lives. Again, the survival mode, when you're stuck in these patterns, they're also going to dictate your health, right? It's not just the stress part, but it's also going to lead how you lead yourself and your team and your families. It's going to impact your leadership decisions. And last but not least, until we regulate, every strategy operates from survival. So again, the key is to get to really, really, really root cause and to really start fixing that part before you start doing anything else in your life. We take about 20,000 breaths per day. That is 20,000 times per day. You can put a pause on your hectic day, connect with your breath, then move on with your day. The picture that you see here is me actually doing a walking meditation during Dr. Joe Dispenza's 7-day retreat. And this moment, I was working on forgiveness, forgiveness for my dad, finding part of me that says, I need to hold on, I need to breathe. I need to feel. I need to find that compassion so I can get rid of that energy that's been stuck in my body for so many years, the anger, the frustration, the resentment, right? So, again, I chose to invest in my own wellness journey to create the life that I'm living now, which is, again, to regulate, to recode our minds, and to rise to the next level of our lives. Our breath is more powerful than we think. Again, we're not just taking breaths, but again, our breath restores safety in our body. And safety is the one that's going to reopen this access to your intuition and clarity. And from that state, when you have that coherence, you get to really enjoy life. You get to really be present. And this is where, again, your longevity, right? Many of us are saying, like, I want to live long, but what if we add more life and joy to the number of years that you live, right? Longevity is not just the number of years you live, it's like, how are you living the life, right? And how are you leading yourself and your team and your companies and also the legacy that you're going to create? It's going to be expanded, but it all starts from that coherence heart, that open breath and heart connection, and to really create the life that you truly desire. Self-regulation is your superpower. Write this down, own it, whatever it is, how it's going to help you to remind you. And your external capacity, your external capacity to receive is a reflection of your internal capacity can hold. How many of you, raise your hands, can relay saying, like, I cannot take any more information, even though you know this is exactly what you need. But again, when we are stuck in this bubble, we can't take in any more information. So we have to increase our internal capacity. So when there is the information that we need that's coming in, you're able to receive it. And many of you, including myself, I was chasing after healing, right? We start right here. I want to go to retreats. I want to do all this inner work. I want to heal. I want to heal so I can get into vitality. However, your body cannot heal unless it's regulated with your nervous system. First, we need to identify what patterns we are living in. Again, this is part of our framework and vitality code that I teach and mentor others to go through this framework. Again, it all starts with survival, understanding your survival patterns, understanding what are parts of you that you need healing from. But before we skip steps and go straight to the healing, it's not going to last. You need to allow your body to feel safe. Again, you cannot heal yourself unless you regulate your nervous system. You have to feel safe first. Once your body feels safe, then you can do the work. Then you can go through the healing journey, which will ultimately give you the vitality, longevity that you are craving for. Okay. So, again, this will contain the framework to create the lasting change that all of us are, creating. And throughout my life in this health and wellness space, in this beautiful holistic wellness space, I said, oh my gosh, what if we combine the two beautiful worlds that are available to us and create a transformative experience? And this is exactly what I created. I have put years and years and years of learning, experiencing, and also researching to figure it out. What is that missing link to that longevity? What is that missing link to our leadership skills and also for the impact and the legacy that we're here to create? And that's exactly what we put together. It's called NeuroBreathwork. So neuro comes from neuroscience, NLP or neurolinguistic programming. These tools are helping your body to reprogram the patterns. Again, we are living our lives based on the patterns we have created in our lives. And we use our breath work. We use our breath. And this is not just sitting here and breathing. This is intentional breath work patterns. And there's so many different patterns you can use, but primarily using this more from the somatic angle, right? Using the somatic regulation to access safety in our body. So now that we have access safety using our breath, we can actually start to release, and which is the healing part. And last but not least, this work is going to help you to embody leadership, right? We're doing all this work to make sure we are making decisions from this coherence and not chaos. Again, I'm so excited for all of you to experience that today. It's going to be so incredible. So I hope you get to your destination. If you're watching this while you're driving or doing other things, in the next 15 minutes, please find somewhere that you get to experience this in peace and quietness. And I'm telling you that this work will make that huge impact in your life. And if you're new to breath work, you're like, I don't know where to even start, Dr. Christine, I have no idea what you're talking about. This is a part of me that I have not, explored yet. Well, the good news is there have so many resources that I have created on my website, drchristinemanukyan.com or STORRIEInstitute.com. If you head over there, there is a free breathwork experience. This is specifically talking about healing yourself through forgiveness. So you get to manifest, right? And again, this one is so powerful because forgiveness has been such a huge part of my healing journey. And before we start manifesting the biggest things in our lives, we need to heal part of us before we can bring in more, right? So this is perfect for those of you who have big visions, who have all these things you want to create, but you also know there's part of you that needs some healing. So this workshop, again, it's about 45 minutes or so. Download it. It's free, available for you. Okay. You guys can scan this or head over to both of my websites, whether it's my personal website, drchristinemanukyan.com, or our company website, STORRIEInstitute.com. And there's also Forbes publications that I've created several years ago, which are so magical. The first one is called Tips for Offering Breathwork as a Corporate Wellness Benefit. And the second one is Beginner's Breathwork, 5 Easy Fundamentals for Entrepreneurs. Again, easy to access. You guys can find them. These are free resources that I have created, whether it's in experiential form or in publication forms, to give you all access to this magic. And again, I didn't just wake up one day and say, I am going to change my life, using breath work and meditation and somatic healing and neuroscience. I hit my rock bottom and then I realized I can't continue like this. Again, we all have those breaking points, right? Like the little whisper that's inside our head says like something has to change. You can't keep going like this. And that's exactly what happened to me. In 2020, I left my corporate career as a clinical pharmacist, working in one of the top hospitals in US in Beverly Hills, Cedars-Sinai, and I said, my heart and soul belongs to holistic healing and wellness. I left that, position that I had for over a decade, the security, the identity to step into the unknown, to step into this world of saying, what am I missing? There's something more that I'm meant to be creating in life. As a result, not only I launched my company, STORRIE Institute, but also start writing books and bringing this to the world with my most recent book, Breathe, Heal, Surrender. Again, all of them are available on Amazon. I hope you can grab it and read it and do it and implement it. But again, I knew something in me is creating this movement, right? And I know many of you are like, well, this is a big pivotal change. You're going from, clinical pharmacy to holistic healing and functional medicine. Like, what the heck? What does that mean? It all started with, again, with my own journey, with my own health and wellness journey, right? And more I start being curious, what else is out there? What else am I missing? What else can I do? What else can I put myself in the groups and learn? These are just handful of certifications and trainings postgraduate, whether it's my residency at Ohio State, whether it's getting additional degrees, attending, Harvard Medical School, business school, attending functional medicine schools like ASF, IFM. Oh my God, I'm like like there's just so much happening here as you guys can see, okay? Whether it's IFM, FMU, SAFM, again, putting myself in different schools and learning and embodying, I'm like, wow, there's still something missing. There's still something missing. And I always had that mind of always growing and also really being curious what else is out there, right? I even put myself in a UC Berkeley Skydeck Accelerator for startups, right? Again, being in a community with Tony Robbins in the Platinum Partnership, attending Dr. Joe Dispenza and becoming a certified practitioner from his group, really embodying this nervous system regulation, life and success coaching, clinical hypnotherapy, NLP, tapping, Reiki healing, sound healing, you name it, all the woo-woo stuff. But again, I'm sharing all this because this didn't happen like overnight, right? Every year there was like a theme that was like, oh my gosh, what's the next level? What is the next level? What is the next level? And this is again for the last like 5 to 7 years, close to a decade of me learning and observing and really fine-tuning what else is out there. And if you are one of those folks who are just like me, again, imagine leaving a career that I was burnt out and I brought the same habits to my business. In 2020, again, during the global pandemic, I walked away, left everything behind to chase after exactly what I wanted to create, which is holistic healing and wellness. But again, I brought the mentality from corporate America, the hustle, to my business. And guess what? I was very successful. I quadrupled my income as a business owner. I hit that $1 million mark. I was like top of the world. So it's like, I made it, right? I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. But what I didn't realize is I could not sustain that success. Not because I wasn't capable of, because my nervous system, my body was not going to last that long. And in 2022, 2 years into my business, I hit the rock bottom again. Now, in a different costume as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, right? And I just knew something has to change. I knew I have created a beautiful brand, beautiful, again, image of what I want to do with life. But again, I let myself go as a founder, as a visionary. It's like, how am I doing life? This is not aligned. This hustle is not going to serve me. This is not what I want to do. This is not how I want to be present around my family, my kids, right? They're watching me. They can feel the tensity. They can feel the struggles, right? And this is when I said I have to reinvent myself, and I got myself into Bali. Went on to a 7 day, healing experience, and this again really opened up my eyes of saying like, I'm going to create my life the way I design, the way I feel aligned in my soul, not in my head, which is my ego, more of in my soul. What is it that I want? What is it that I want to create and how I want to create it? And again, this healing journey brought me so much closer to my true self of who I am. But again, it was just stripping a layer at a time from different experiences, from healers, from again, really creating this experience, not only for myself, but I also said like more people need to experience this because again, we're all stuck in this survival mode and we're doing our best, especially those of you who have kids, who have families, and you have demanding jobs. You have so much going on in life. But again, are you putting yourself first? Not being selfish, but you have to take care of yourself. And again, I said, I have to bring this experience. And I started doing Bali retreats for other healthcare practitioners, for people in my community. And again, this is the level of work that I know many of you are missing because this is that critical gap. Many of you are healthy, and I'm here to tell you health does not equal vitality. And again, traditional medicine, whether it's functional medicine, it doesn't matter. It fixes your dysfunction, but you're barely optimizing your energy. You can be healthy on paper, however, you're feeling exhausted, drained, anxious, disconnected from your soul, right? And these are not labs I can order for myself or my clients to see how disconnected they are, right? These are human life force. Again, vitality is the capacity to regulate, restore, and expand your energy. And we need that energy to move on every single day. And how we lead ourselves, how we feel, it's not just like what we know, but also a lot of us don't realize how much of this unhealed emotions are making us sick. How much of these unhealed emotions are creating this reactive decisions in life. And again, as a business owner, I've invested over $500,000 on mentorship. I've made so many decisions that costed me time, energy, tears, money. And again, because I was not focusing on the healing portion, I was focusing on the doing, doing, doing. And I was making these reactive decisions based on what it felt right at that moment, versus thinking and taking the time to understand what are some childhood survival patterns have I been carrying over into my leadership, into my modern way of living and creating my legacy. I didn't have time to think about it till again I hit the breaking point in 2022. And when I started doing this inner work and I had time to really breathe, I was like, holy moly, like I'm bringing so much baggage from my childhood to my business, to my life, in my leadership skills, right? And again, true leadership begins with self-regulation. Again, this is something not only I am telling you all about, I have lived it, I have come through it. It is hard, it's not freaking sexy. It requires not only deciding to go on this journey, but it requires your commitment, because there will be days you will wake up saying like, I don't want to deal with this shit. I don't want to, continue in this life. I want to like just overcome it or just go back to what's safe and what's known for us. But let me tell you, when you cross that line, you realize your body is going to feel so much better. And again, when you start making decisions from this regulated state, from this coherent state, your life is going to change. Change your state, change your story, you will change the strategy, you'll change the decisions you're making. And again, when you're a dysregulated state, you're going to make that short term, those reactive decisions. You're just chasing for relief. That's all you're doing. But when you do the inner work and you're creating this regulated state, you're really going, because your body feels safe, you can start creating this long-term truth, this vision that's more aligned with you. And again, coherent physiology creates clear, value aligned decisions. And these are all based on the archetypes. If you have heard about seven inner child archetypes, there's so much research and knowledge around this. Again, you can put in the chat if you've ever heard of this. I'm just curious to see if any of you have heard of this line of work. But again, these are things that I had to study and understand and also like create processes to heal these different parts of us, right? So the vitality framework that I keep talking about, it's healing different parts of us. So I'm going to go through all of them. And again, these are the seven types. And let's go ahead and start with the first one. The first one is the caretaker, right? This is someone who seeks love through service and self sacrifice and neglects personal needs to feel worthy and needed. I'm pretty sure many of you, including myself, you will raise your hand like, yes, I feel myself, being that caretaker, right? Many of you, or many of us, right? We went into healthcare because we want to take care of people. But again, when we're overdoing these patterns, we're letting ourselves go, and we think more I give, more I take care of other people, I'm going to feel more worthy and love. And that's what I'm really seeking. When you are, again, we can all experience all different archetypes, but usually the couple of them are your top drivers. And this is how we live our life. This is how we make decisions in life. Number two, the overachiever. I mean, you guys, I just showed all the certifications and trainings I've done, the overachiever in me, right? I find validation through success and productivity. Believes achievement equals love and safety. I'm raising both of my hands because I am that overachiever. I am always like, what's next? What's next? What's next? Because deep down, I'm thinking that more I do, I will be again known for someone who is loved and successful and I'm being productive. Like, look at me. I brought home trophies, right? Literally, I did bodybuilding fitness shows. I ran marathons to achieve those big milestones, saying, like, wow. I get to do that. And how incredible am I? Right? It's all about me, 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 right? Number three, the underachiever. These are people who stay small or invisible to avoid rejection, criticism, or failure. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. But again, many of us are associating this visibility with danger. And I know some of you are, again, well, is this the same thing as being an introvert, not dealing like, yes and no. But again, you're making decisions that's really saying, like, if I go big and I achieve, let's say, success, it's going to come with danger. It's going to, come with criticism. It's going to come with multiple failures. And we just keep small, right? Many of us, again, you get to a career and you just stay there even though you're miserable, right? And you are just associating yourself like, I'd rather just be here and not go for more because there's so much failure in when I achieve other things. And you just stay there, even though this is not exactly how you want to live your life. Number four, the rescuer, the protector. And again, this is someone who derives worth from fixing others, right? This is the fixer. This is the someone who is here to save the world, right? Feel safe only when in control or saving someone else. Let me tell you, this part of me came into my life during the early phases of my business. And I'm sharing all this because I just didn't know what I didn't know. Again, when I started my business, I wasn't doing this deep inner work. It was more of that reactive decision making. Let's go. It's, so much happening in the world. I just launched my business. I just thought, go, 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 heavy masculine energy and attracting clients who were working with me. And I thought I need to save them, I need to protect them. And what happened is I created this codependency with my clients. I created this codependency with my team. And instead of just saying, I don't need to protect all of you, I don't need to save all of you, but again, I had to like hit those rock bottoms to understand what is it that's missing in me. And then I start healing that part of me. Okay. And again, I can relate to all these different parts of me. And this is why it's so important for us to pause and reflect. Number five, the life of the party. This is someone who masks pain with humor and positivity. Raise your hand if you know someone that you go to a place, they're always happy, they're always positive, right? Again, deep down, these people are hurting in silence. Deep down, this is not a mask. And they have learned throughout their years that being happy keeps others comfortable and avoids shame. Again, many of you will be around situations when they say something and they're like, oh, I'm just kidding, or they make it into a fun joke out of it because they're afraid of admitting what is truly going on inside of them. And again, when you become a practitioner who understands not only for yourself, but also for your clients, so much will change of how you're taking care of your clients. Again, these are so important parts to recognize. Number six is the yes person, right? Says yes to everyone and everything to maintain peace. And this is someone who creates this, they think like selflessness, equates selflessness with love and belonging. So again, saying yes to other people, right? I used to be that person. I used to be that yes person. Whether it's a yes to my clients or whatever they asked for, I delivered, whatever it was for my team, whatever I needed, instead of just saying like, why am I saying yes to all of these different things? Right? Again, deep down, I was craving the love and belonging by saying yes to people and neglecting my own needs and my own sanity, I would say, right? And later on, I remembered no is a complete sentence. But that's all the healing and the work that comes with it. Last but not least, the hero worshiper. Again, these are people who puts others on the pedestals and minimizes their own self-worthiness, right? They feel safety is following authority instead of trusting inner truth. And this can look like different for different people. Again, we're not just saying like, oh, you worship like gurus or, other healers. It's more of like someone else is always above you. It doesn't matter what line of work or experience you're chasing after, but you're always putting someone else on this pedestal and you're always saying like, I got to be around this person. Otherwise, I'm not good enough. Otherwise, I'm not going to feel safe enough. Otherwise, I'm not going to feel that I belong here, right? Again, this is always someone who is chasing external validation to be loved and trusting themselves. And again, all of these archetypes are okay. They all have served a purpose in our lives. But again, each one is learned a way to feel safe and loved until it stopped working for us. And again, these archetypes were born to protect you. Healing begins when you think them, right? And you choose differently. Again, I have experienced all of them and I keep to experience, but I've also learned by doing the inner work, I can catch myself, right? Especially when it comes to the yes parts. I have to pause and ask myself, why am I saying yes? And how can I feel safe, unapologetically saying no to whether it's an opportunity, whether it is whatever that is decisions that I'm making in life, right? Again, it takes time, but you have to honor yourself and just have some grace. Just have some grace because I know we're so overachievers and we love to like do. And again, speaking of overachieving and always being in top performers, recently I had an incredible opportunity to become a part of Tony Robbins Platinum Partnerships. If you follow his work, I am so excited you're part of the community. But again, he always says you're one decision away from a different life. And this is when I said, I'm going to quit my job in 2020. I belong in a whole different world and how I want to make an impact. And I had to learn how to feel safe in my body. There's so much unknown, especially in 2020. So much unknown. People thought I was, going through a midlife crisis. It's just so much happening. But again, I just knew that I knew that I knew I have to make that decision. I have to burn the boats and go all in. And Tony always talks about the 6 human needs. Again, this is not something he came up with, but again, this is using psychology and inner knowing and neuroscience. Again, we're always making decisions based on the 6 needs. We're meeting decisions based on to meet some parts of us that maybe is craving certainty. Again, many of us stay in a job because we are certain we're going to get paid. We are certain we have a job. We are certain that we have X, Y, and Z. It's the certainty that's driving the decision. So if someone is making decisions based on certain because that's the part of them that wants to that's top importance for them, it's going to be very different from someone who loves variety and uncertainty, right? They love to explore, they love to create new opportunities. It's a very different lifestyle, right? They're both feeling what feels good to them. Number three is significance. Again, many of us went into healthcare because we want to feel significant, right? So, again, if you're chasing after significant because that's the need that you want to feel, whether it's in your relationships, in your career, and anything that you're doing, you're going to, again, make decisions based on that. Number four, love and connections. We all want to be loved. We all want to be connected to the world around us. And again, if we are chasing after love and connection and we are really putting that as our top need to serve, our decisions we're making is very different from someone who values growth or contribution. And again, we all have all these different human needs. And again, today during our breathwork experience, I'm going to help you to understand how they're all connected and how can we start living our lives using this lens. And again, when your body's under threat, we chase our needs through the survival patterns, and your breath work helps you to rewire how we meet them, right? Different parts of us. And we are moving our body from survival to sovereignty, from survival to this love and joy and abundance. And again, we're meeting our needs from a different perspective, right? Not from a survival mode. And we're doing all this work because the cost of success should not be your health and vitality. Again, the cost of success should not be your health and vitality, but many of us are sacrificing our health and vitality to create the wealth. But ask yourself, is this something that is worth it? Maybe it is, or maybe it's not. But again, I'm here to start a conversation. A dysregulated nervous system prioritizes safety, which overrides the analytical, creative, and compassionate parts of your mind, which is your moneymaker. This is where you really feel that not just to make money, but what are you going to do with the money that you have created? What are you going to do? How are you going to give back? Right? And how do you feel when you bring in that abundance in your life, right? How many lives can you change? But again, first you have to feel safe in your body so you can activate that part of you. And one of the, favorite quotes that I said, I came across with as I was writing my last book, Breathe, Heal, Surrender, is from by Richard Rohr. It says, if you don't learn how to transform your pain, you will transfer it, you will transfer it to everyone around you. Again, if you don't learn how to transform your pain, you will transfer it to everyone around you. Let that sink in for a minute. Again, many of us are walking around with so much pain. Again, life is not fair. Life is going to bring in challenges. Like, how much more can you handle? And if you don't take time to heal that part of you, to transform your pain to your purpose, to transform your pain to pleasure, right? You're going to transfer that pain to people around you. Everything is energy. People can feel it. You don't even have to say a word, but they will know exactly what's going through your heads. So, again, this is why I'm here. This is why I'm here to show you that we have to do this inner work. And if we don't do this work, this burnout, this pain that you're going through, it's going to become a disease. And no functional medicine test, no biohacking is going to save you, my friends. That will alleviate some of it for short term, but it's not going to be rewiring your life and breaking those patterns that you've had for so many years to really find the healing so you can create the life that you desire. Again, your breath is the missing link between longevity, leadership, and legacy. It's where science meets spirit, where you rewire your nervous system, restore your vitality, and remember who you were always meant to be. I've been so fortunate to be traveling the world, creating this healing experiences, being part of this global movement, and really allowing people to create the life the way they designed to do. And now we get to experience that. Now I've prepared a beautiful experience with NeuroBreathwork, and we are going to be healing part of us, which is our inner child, so we can start making decisions from that state. And I'm going to allow your breath to guide you on this beautiful journey. I'm going to allow you to stop and pause and create something that is so exciting in your life. Okay. So, with that said, I would love for all of you to take some minutes to get situated. I want you all to again feel that you can like pause for a second. Again, this is going to be about 15 minutes or so, maybe longer, maybe shorter. Again, I'm just going to watch and feel the energy that's in the room today and to really guide you all. Again, I like to leave room for unknown. I love to leave room for what's about to come. So, with that said, I would love for all of you, before we get started, just start thinking about one decision that you've been thinking about. Maybe this is something that's going to impact your relationships, your finances, your career, right? Or maybe you're in the middle of something to create. Many of us who are entrepreneurs, maybe you're thinking like, wow, what else can I do? How else can I make an impact? Maybe you want to decide on going on a trip, whatever that is, whatever decision you have, there's no big or small, there's just a decision to make. And just I want you to start thinking about that, because as we go through the breathwork experience, I'm going to ask you to think about it after we do some healing to find the clarity, because most of the time when we're making a decision, there's like, option one and option two, right? Should I go on this trip or should I not? So that's A and B. That's it. One or two options. Should I go on this trip or should I not? Right. But when we are not feeling safe in our body, we are just like stuck with this, like, one or two. That's it. That's like a dilemma. So what I'm going to help you do is to come up with option number three. that's going to actually blend one and two together, but now it's more aligned with your soul, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, you're going to feel so creative of how you create that decision, and you're going to be so like aligned of how you live your life. So with that said, let's go ahead and start with a breathe nervous system regulation tool. So again, getting our body into safety first before we start with our breathwork experience. And before I start that, I'm going to guide you of how you're going to do your breathwork experience. So it's going to be a three-part breath. You're going to take all your inhales and exhales through your mouth. I know it's going to be you're gonna probably put some like chapstick afterwards. You're gonna feel a lot of energy moving through you. But again, you're going to use your breath to guide you to get to that inner child of you to really heal and do the work. We're going to use that continuously. You're not going to take any pauses. And you can put one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly, and you're going to take two inhales and one exhale all through your mouth. So you'll be so think of you have a straw and you're just sucking all air in and exhaling it out. More vocal you are, louder you are, you're letting go parts of you that's no longer serving you. Again, this is going to be about 5 minutes or so, maybe 6 minutes of continuous conscious breathing, right? And then I'll tell you to go into more meditative space to take back to your normal breathing, everything through your nose, more calm. And this is where I'll be playing different types of um, sounds to heal different parts of us. Again, we all have different energy centers that we need healing. And again, these energies, are specifically outlined to help different parts of you to find their heart coherence, to really expand your heart, to make those decisions from the safety, not survival. Okay. So again, there's going to be 3 breaths. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Again, all through your mouth, continuously doing that. And if you have never done breath work and you've experienced any tingling or any sensations, it's perfectly normal. Again, some of you might actually feel more tense or maybe like some twitching on one part of you. So again, right side of you, it's a masculine, like male energy. So if you feel any sensation on your right side, just think of like, what is some part of male energy I need to let go of, right? So what is that one person that I need to like get some healing around? Just observe it. You're not here to solve all your problems. This is just information to help you. And again, the left side is the feminine, the female energy, right? This is the energy that, wow, like what is that one person I need to heal and forgive? And sometimes it might be you, right? So again, I'm a female, so maybe it's me I needed healing if I'm feeling like that tenseness or twitching or some weird sensations on my left side. Or if I'm feeling, when I was doing a lot of this work, I would always feel like more like stuck on my right side. And I was like, wow, like this is my dad's energy that's coming in. Then I need to do the healing and forgiveness. And I just kept working on it, kept working on it, kept working on it. So again, giving this information, but nothing to alarm you. You are safe. Just trust the process. And if you start yawning, it's beautiful. When you start yawning, it's bringing more oxygen to your brain. So it's the sexiest thing when I'm leading this healing exercises and I see the group yawning. I was like, yes, it's working. So again, if you experience that, just feel it. Some of you might start crying. Some of you might start laughing. Let your inner child guide you to whatever is going to come through you. Okay. So, with that said, let me go ahead and start with brief nervous system regulation tool. So, you're going to grab your hands. I'll just demonstrate on one side and then you can do both sides. So, you're going to grab your ear and you're going to gently move it just up, just like that. I know it looks funny, just do it. Just you may close your eyes too, about 20 of these. Just again, you don't have to count, just trust the process. And you're just gently moving your ears. We have so many pressure points around our ears, and this is actually helping your vagus nerve. This is helping your body to regulate. Again, we're trying to bring safety into your body. A few more, again, just gentle moves. Okay. Now you're gonna bring it to your earlobe, ladies or gentlemen. If you're wearing earrings, just remove them. See, I didn't wear earrings just because of this exercise. Okay, just again, gently moving your earlobes. Beautiful. And again, just feel free to close your eyes. Just feel if there's any sighing or any words that want to come out of your mouth. Just let it be. And again, feel safety in your body, the ground, if you're sitting down. Okay, beautiful. Now we're going to, do this little like massage in the inner ear, okay? Can you all feel the vibration that's inside? Wow. Again, 20 or so. Beautiful. Take a nice deep breath in. And I'll allow you for a second. If you want to lay down for the experience for the breathwork part, feel free to do that. If you have an eye mask, feel free to grab it as also, or grab something, put it on top of your eyes, or you're sitting down, that's perfectly fine. There is no right or wrong way of doing this. It's just doing it and enjoying it, okay? So I'll give you a second to get situated. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and get started. Again, start with your continuous breaths. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Take all your inhales and exhales through your mouth. In and out. Keep breathing. Keep connecting to your heart. Keep connecting to your soul. No pauses. Get rid of all the distraction. Get rid of all the decisions at the moment. Just focus on your breath. Just be. And inhale, exhale, exhale. Beautiful. Just keep breathing. Connect to your heart. Connect to your brain. And I want you to start thinking about what is the first memory you've had as a child? What's the first memory that comes to your mind? Maybe you're visualizing the house you grew up in, maybe the playground, who was with you. Just visualize it and connect to your soul. Again, what do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? Again, you're doing great. Keep connecting to your heart. Connect to your vision, the first memory you had as a child. Just feel that innocence, the joy, the laughter. And what if you can start inviting your inner child to come and have a sit next to you, looking into their eyes, and just tell them, I see you, I hear you, I love you. What are some feelings that's coming through you right now? And when have you felt this way before? Again, just reflect on the childhood memory and let the energy move through your body. Again, continue with your breath, with the inhales, inhale and exhale.
My mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old.
Again, what are those memories that have been shaping you, how you live your life now?
It was a big, big world, but we thought we were bigger, pushing each other to the limits.
Again,
We
connect
were
with that
learning
inner
quicker.
child.
By 11, smoking herb and drinking burning liquor. Never rich, so we were out to make that steady figure. Once I was 11 years old, my daddy told me, go get yourself a wife or you'll be lonely. Once I was 11
Again,
years
continue
old.
with your breath, connect to your heart. And just tell your inner child you're safe, you're
I always
loved.
had that
your
dream
values.
like my daddy before me. So I started writing songs, I started writing stories. Something about that glory just always seemed to bore me. Cause only those I really love will ever really know me. Once I was
And what does your
20
inner
years
child need
old,
to
my
hear right now?
story got
What
told.
part of you
Before the morning
is
sun when
healing
life was
today?
lonely. Once I was 20 years
Is she
old.
craving love and connection? Is she craving worthiness?
I only see my goals. I don't believe in failure. Cause I know the smallest
Again,
voices,
continue
they
with
can
your
make
breath.
it major. I got my boys with me, at least those in favor. And if we don't meet before I leave, I hope I'll see you later. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told. I was writing about everything I saw before me.
Again, just
Once I
ask
was
yourself,
20 years old.
what part of you that needs a release today? What is no longer serving you?
Soon we'll be 30 years old. Our
Your life has
songs
gone
have
through
been
you.
unsold. We've traveled around the world and we're still roaming. Soon we'll be 30
What old
years old.
stories from your childhood that you need to let go of today?
I'm still learning about life. My woman brought children for me, so I can sing them all my songs and I can tell them stories. Most of my boys are with me, some are still out seeking glory, and some I had to leave behind. My brother, I'm still sorry. Soon I'll be 60 years old. My daddy got 61. Remember life, and then your life becomes a better one. I made a man so happy when I wrote a
Continue
letter
with your
once.
breath.
I
Less than
hope
a
my
minute to
children
go.
come and visit once or twice a month. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is cold, or will I have a lot of children who can warm me? Soon I'll be 60 years old.
What do you need to let go of
Soon
today?
I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is cold, or will I have a lot of children who can warm me? Soon I'll be 60 years old.
How would your future look like if you
Once
don't
I
let go
was
of this
7
one part
years
of you
old,
today?
Mama told
Whatever
me,
healing
go
you need.
make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old.
Beautiful. Continue with your breath. And with our last exhale, just
Once I was
scream it out,
7
shout it out,
years
whatever it
old.
takes just to release. Ah, beautiful. Now go back to your normal breath. Shake out your body for me. Shake out your hands, your legs. Let the energy move through you. And now go ahead and take your inhales and exhales through your nose. Go back to your normal breath. And from this state, as you let go of certain parts of you that's no longer serving you, just feel the peace in your heart, your joy, the trust that you have within yourself and to the universe. Just remember that all parts of you are here to serve you. They're here to take care of you. They're working together. And just start thinking about that one decision that you would like to make today to gain the clarity and the peace. And different parts of you are coming in. Some of them wants to feel safe and certain and doesn't want to go for it. And some of you who are thinking of being adventurous and seeking uncertainty and taking action that might be scary, but yet it's giving you so much joy. Just know that you're safe, you're whole, and you are free. And feel all the love, the joy inside of you. And let's just think about the first option. If you decide to go with your option one, how would your life look like 5, 10 years from now? Just visualize it, feel it. What parts of you are going to be healed if you are making this decision? How is this going to serve you? Again, you were just observing our thoughts and emotions. We're not deciding yet. Just feel it. And just be true and honest with yourself. Now let's move to the other part, right? You decide to go with option 2. What part of you is going to build and make this decision? If there was a need that you're trying to meet, it's one of the archetypes that we talked about earlier today. How's your life going to be different 5, 10, 20 years from now if you go this route? Just remember, there's no right or wrong decision. Every decision you make, it's here to help you and protect you. Just feel the peace in your body, the powerful soul that you are. Just trust the feeling. Beautiful. And now let's really tap into our soul. Let's really tap into our body. Say, what if there's option 3? What would that look like? And just be curious. You may not have all the answers. You may start thinking, how can I integrate portions of the first part and the second part to create the third one? And just know this is the most aligned decision with your soul. And just start feeling that. Get creative. Tell yourself, I trust myself. Thank all different parts of you, whether they're here to protect you, to serve you, to expand you. Just give yourself grace. And what is that one decision that you're going to take today? Whether it was decision 1, 2, or 3, or a combination of all 3 of them, what is that one thing you're going to do today to get you closer to your ultimate goal? Just visualize taking steps forwards. Again, just feel the inner peace that's inside of you. Just feel the love and joy and compassion that's coming with this decision. You are safe. You are whole. You are free. Beautiful. If you can go ahead and grab your hands together and just rub them really fast, just to create a little bit more energy inside of you. You may feel your hands getting really warm. Again, keep going, keep going, keep going. Just rub them really, really fast. Rub them, create that energy and vibration that's within you. And slowly separate your hands about 5-10 inches away. Just feel the ball of energy vibrating in your body. You created that. This is your life force. This is within you. Just feel the vibration in your hands, the peace in your heart as you have made that decision that's going to change your life. Bring your hands together to your heart. Just feel your heartbeat, the love, the compassion, the healed inner child within you that is so proud of you, that is loved, that is worthy, who is here to make a big impact in the world. And bring your attention again to the center of your heart. Visualize a golden white light at the center of your heart, just generating this energy, this frequency within you. And as this light is generating from your center of your heart out to the universe, step into that experience that you just created, the decision you made, the life you're going to create. Just feel the emotion you're going to feel as you take a first step forwards, as you embody the transformation, the healing, the inner peace. Thank you, inner child. Thank you, higher self. Thank you, body. Thank you, universe. Thank you for my breath for guiding me home. Again, feel the emotion, visualize exactly how you feel. You can give yourself a bit of a hug. You may sway from side to side. Again, this motion is allowing your body to feel safe because life will always be lifing. And there will be uncertainty that will come into your way, but you have trained your mind and your body and your soul to trust yourself and keep going. Beautiful. And whenever you're ready, just gently bring awareness to your body. And slowly open your eyes. If you're laying down, you can roll on one side before you get up on a seated position. Welcome back. Welcome back. How do you feel? What came to you as you're doing this experience? Let's go ahead and take a minute. You can reflect it. You can take a screenshot. Maybe you can journal it afterwards. Again, what shifted in your body, right? As you went through this healing exercise. Some of you may have had first memories that were pleasant. Some of you may have had memories that were not so pleasant. But again, which archetype showed up in this experience? And you may do this over and over again, and each time different parts of you will come out. But again, we're here to observe our inner child and understand more about ourselves. And what needs were you trying to meet as you're making the decisions, right? And what was that one aligned decision that you're going to make next in the next 24 hours? Again, small decision, right? And when we start to integrate this parts of you, this experience really becomes transformative. Now you feel safe to trust yourself as you're going through this healing journey. And again, this requires time, this requires energy, this requires commitment because you know you're made for more. And the future of healthcare is not just clinical, it's holistic. There's a reason why in my company, STORRIE Institute, we spell holistic with the W because we believe it's that whole body health with holistic principles. And if any of this resonated with you, join the Holistic Vitality Revolution. With STORRIE Institute, we are a global community of vital leaders, again, making an impact in the world. Many of you are already in this functional medicine, holistic wellness space, and many of you are seeking more. And this is you. I would love to invite you to take a look. We have two different parts of our School of Holistic Vitality, where we train and certify to become a board certified holistic vitality practitioners or board certified NeuroBreathwork practitioners. And our second school, which is brand new, we just gave birth to the school. It's our School of Business and Leadership as part of the executive education track. This is a new program that I'm going to be officially bringing to the world and looking for those founding members who will raise their hand and become leaders in the workspace in their life, whether you work in corporate, whether you work for yourself, or you want to bring this line of work to your communities like I have. And the new program that is officially going to be launching, Energetics of Elite Leadership. It will be my honor to lead this transformative experience with you again. I've made the big investments in myself, right? I've paid the price so you don't have to. And what you saw me create today for all of you, it's not something I learned overnight. It's over 25 years in making. Again, one part of me learned something that I was always curious what else is out there. Invested over $500,000 in my own knowledge, experience, the time, made a lot of mistakes, failed many times. Failure is giving you feedback. Yes, I was burned out as a business owner. Yes, I had to rebuild my companies and my business and build myself of who I want to become in this world. And again, my mission is to shorten your learning curve so you don't have to sacrifice your health for the success and create the life that truly fulfills you. We have so many incredible practitioners. We had over 250 practitioners who have graduated from our school, whether they did the certifications or our courses. This is Dr. Rojan. She was a pharmacy student when she joined our community, and she was seeking for something more. Or a clinical pharmacist who's been working many years in corporate America and mostly in retail pharmacies, and now understanding that she can make an impact in the world with holistic healing and wellness. This is Dr. Lizette. Again, this is something that took me years and years of understanding. One of my favorite quotes is also by Paulo Coelho. It says, maybe the journey isn't so much about becoming anything. Maybe it's about unbecoming everything that isn't really you, so you can be who you were meant to be in the first place. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Again, the picture right here on the left, this is me actually attending 2020, July 16th of 2020. On my very first Unleash the Power Within with Tony Robbins, when I got to break the wood and letting go of the fear of failure, because I had this big vision of quitting my job and becoming this leader in this wellness space. But again, I was afraid there was so much unknown. But I just knew when I did do the work, I am unstoppable. I am Wonder Woman, and nothing is going to stop me. And from that energy, I decided to turn in my 2-week notice. And here is me walking away from my corporate career end of August, few days before my 40th birthday that I manifested to become a corporate dropout by the time I'm 40. So again, I've done the work, created the space, and I would love for all of you to experience that. And again, vitality is your ultimate edge. Your next breath can completely change your life. When we take that deliberate breath, your longevity, leadership, and your legacy will depend on it. And future of healthcare is waiting for you to claim it. Your superpower is already within you. And my role isn't to give it to you, right? I don't have this magic knowledge of what you need. You already have it within you. I'm here to guide you to unlock it. I'll be honored to mentor you on this journey. And if any of you would love to continue, please stay in touch. I love knowing my network. I love connecting with these vibrant visionaries, whether it is through my podcast, Holistic Vitality Podcast. You can subscribe on all the different platforms. A lot of my podcasts, I also have it on my YouTube that you can actually watch. right? Follow me on Instagram, The Vitality Doctor. And as always, I would love to connect with you. You can schedule a coffee chat with me, virtual coffee chat, or if you don't drink coffee, bring your matcha or your tea, whatever you want. You can scan the QR code and reach out. I would love to connect with you. So excited for what's coming. And again, thank you again for Avixia for inviting me to speak to all of you. Again, today's presentation was slightly different from what you may have experienced. And I'm so excited for what's coming for all of you. Love and appreciate all of you. And I cannot wait to see you next. Bye, everyone.
For any questions or issues, you may contact Avexia Diagnostics by email at info@avexiadiagnostics.com or by phone 5 days a week at extended hours, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time at 88-852-2723. Thank you, Dr. Manukyan, for this informative presentation. Thank you again for joining us for this webinar event. Until next time, from everyone at Avexia Diagnostics and STORRIE Institute, stay healthy, stay safe, and we wish you all the best on your pathway to wellness.